And then there was... Hey, it's Sue in the restricted section. Today I'm doing a review of my May TBR jar pick, which was 10th of December by George Saunders. And I actually buddy read this with Valentina. I'll link her channel down below if you haven't checked her out yet. Go do it because she's just a lovely person. This is a collection of short stories and it was my first George Saunders, so I wasn't really sure what to expect because I really didn't know that much about him. But this was not what I expected. I didn't know that he wrote like such sci-fi-y type stuff. But I had very mixed feelings about this collection and I'm still not really even sure what I think about it. It's kind of, I felt like while I was reading a lot of the stories, I wasn't really enjoying them in the moment, but after thinking about them more, I enjoyed them more. So I ended up giving it 3 stars, but I don't know, maybe it'd be at least a 3.5. My favorite story was probably Escape from Spiderhead, which was just really an interesting one about people, prisoners, people who've committed crimes being basically used as guinea pigs for these drugs that make you feel different emotions. All these stories were really impactful, I feel like they all just really gave you something to think about for a long time afterwards. Some, of course, were more impactful than others, but that one had, brought up a lot of topics that I thought were really interesting. I'm feeling like I can't really delve into them that far because, I don't know, I feel like people like spoiler-free stuff, so I'm being a little vague, but yeah, that one was probably my favorite to read. But the one that I feel like will probably stick with me the longest is probably the Simplica Girl Diaries. Because that one was, it seemed mundane and normal, and then there was just this one thing in it that was so fucked up that it was just like, blows your mind how disturbing it is. But it's not written, it's one that was really not pleasant to read because it's written in a style, it's a man writing in a journal every day, or maybe not every day, almost every day, I don't remember. But he writes in his journal at the end of the day, he's tired, he's writing quickly, he leaves out words, he uses abbreviations, and it's just not a pleasant writing style. It's obviously a deliberate writing style, but the content really kind of like hits you hard, I think. And I would advise you also when reading that one, if there's something in there that you're like, what does this mean? Is this abbreviation for something? Don't Google it, don't look it up, because all will be revealed. Yeah, so it's like, that was one that I didn't enjoy reading it per se, but after reading it, I did think about it a lot and my enjoyment increased, I think. I also really liked Home, which was about a soldier returning from war, and he obviously has like some PTSD or some sort of issues, and it's just everyone's saying, oh, thank you for your service, and but then not doing anything, and I feel like that's how it is here in the US, at least. It's everyone's like, support our troops and all that, but nobody does anything to help them when they come home after witnessing, horrible things and perhaps having to do horrible things, and they have PTSD. No one really gives a shit about them anymore. And that's kind of how it was in that story. And also, just the sense of like him being so disoriented, of having been gone for so long and in a place that's so different, and he comes back and everything's different here, and yeah, it's just, that was really more of there was some like a little bit of a weird something in there, but it was like less on the sci-fi side, and so it was more one that you didn't have to think as abstractly about, I think. But yeah, I liked that one. Though that one and the Simplica Girl Diaries, I think, left like the biggest impact on me. And then the only one that I really just completely did not like was Exhortation, which just was, again, like written in an unpleasant style. It wasn't enjoyable to read, and I don't know, I didn't care for it. I didn't really think about it that much after I finished it. Didn't like it. And something I noticed in a lot of the stories is that I feel like he purposely disorients the reader at the beginning sometimes, because there was more than one story where at the very beginning, I was like, who is this person talking? I was like completely confused about whether the character was male or female, what age they were, things like that. Yeah, but overall, I had mixed feelings, although I do think that it was worth reading. I think it's worth a read, and I would be interested in reading more George Saunders. So that's my thoughts on 10th of December. If you've read this, let me know what you thought. There'll be links below where you can find myself and Megan other places on the internet. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!